Blessings, blessings, blessings. Happy Monday, friends. I pray that you all are well and that you have been enjoying the beginning days of calendar year 2025 and that you're feeling good, anticipating some greatness and some love-filled experiences. This morning, I have so much I want to say, but let's focus. Okay, this morning I started this book, and in it was a passage that really woke up some things, and so I want to talk about a couple of things with y'all. I took some notes on my phone, like of things that came to me after the fact, and I just want to share with you all. If you don't know, I'm really big on humanity. Like I'm obsessed with the human experience. I'm obsessed with our abilities in this body. I'm obsessed with this idea that we can create whatever we want and that like we're just magical and that this world is magical and there's so much we don't know. And the more answers you get, the more questions you have. And so like that's so exciting to me because it's like you're never bored. There's never a dull moment. If you don't want it to be, because there's always something more to explore, right? So I had read in this book, this is a story of a soul's journey back to its true knowledge of itself, and it can only serve as an example of what is possible. Each person's experience of the path back to the source is an individual one, characterized by one's particular background. And I love that passage because I am someone who truly believes that each of us is an example of what's possible. I also believe that your lens and your perspective of life is due to your own individual journey, and that, there are many truths in this world because of the lens in which we see life. Okay, so I want to talk about some of the notes I wrote, and then I'm going to elaborate. So every perspective you hear is a perspective, a message shared to someone from a lens in which they would understand. So when it comes to like tarot and channeling and all those things, I truly do believe that each individual, like we can pull out the same cards, we're going to get different messages. And I believe the reason for that is because each of the symbolism, each of the words, they resonate with all of us on a different frequency, right? On a different level. You will pick up things that I probably won't pick up. And it doesn't mean the message is right or wrong. It's true. It's just not absolute. It's true. It's just not absolutely complete, right? There's many things that can be tied to that. And I feel the same way about this, about the idea of Jesus Christ. I feel this way about Buddha. I feel this way even, I can't say it's like BHAGAVADVITA. And I love all these stories and I love all these perspectives, but at the same time, they're just perspectives, right? They're a lens in which someone perceived life and then decided to share it with us. But it's not everything and all things in absolute truth. Like there's still more to explore. There's still more to understand. People are talking in metaphors, which means that's up for interpretation, right? And I'm saying that to say like, I'm someone who truly believes that we should each trust our knowing, that we should listen to our inner guidance, that God is in each of us, right? And that divine intelligence, right? This idea of Christ consciousness, a state of being, right? That state that we get to will give us the guidance and the information we need. I think it's so interesting that people think that, Jesus is so different from us. But even as I think about the Bible and when I used to read it, like I always felt like Jesus is no different than us. He just had a purpose, you know what I mean? Which we all do. And the purpose is different for everyone. And the path is different for everyone. But nonetheless, we're all on the same path heading to the same place. So I wrote, each of us is an example of what's possible. That's something I just truly believe. I feel like that's why the idea of jealousy is like crazy to me, because I'm just like, the same thing this person has. If you're jealous, that can inspire you, right? You can take that energy as inspiration, like, oh, I want to create something similar. And you go out into the world and you create that, right? You ask your inner guidance. How do I create this experience for myself? And you will get guidance on how to do that. That is in alignment with your unique path, okay? These are my beliefs, right? My perspective. A lot of times when you hear something, it's because something in you may need it for whatever reason, maybe seeking it. So I used to say, like, I can't remember exactly what I used to say, but I used to often tell myself today's questions is answered in tomorrow's living, or something like that, right? Like, I just knew that when I was curious about something, the information would come. Like, it would get answered some way, somehow, whether that's someone on the street say something or it just comes up. Like, it still happens to me to this day, and I think it's the funniest thing. Like, I'll be curious about something, not too deeply either, and then I'll get an answer. And it'll come like weeks later, months later, and I would just laugh because I was like, why was I wondering that? And I could have just asked, but like it just came up naturally. Okay. So I'm also someone who I don't personally, a lot of times I don't remember people's names. So I'm also someone who's not big on this idea of like, what do you call these, celebrities, right? Like, because I don't know why. Like, I'm just like, about things. So very often I don't remember people's names, just their message, because it wasn't about them. They were just the vessel. And I don't discount their role or the work they did for that information. Not every time the person knows that they are a messenger. You are a messenger. There's a lot of times that you may not even know that you are a messenger. And as I say that, I also want to say this. All of us are on the journey of returning home to source. All of us are on the journey of returning home to self. All of us are on the journey of awakening, remembering our truth, remembering that God is in us, remembering that we are source. Okay, we are an aspect of source, remembering that we have divine connection, right? All of us is on that journey, but not all of us are aware of it. And I believe that that's what awakening is coming to this awareness that, hey, actually, I am not my ego. Actually, there's so much more happening in this world. Actually, God is in me, source is in me, whatever you call it, it's in you. Okay? And so I always believe that we are, because of my own journey, because of my path and the way I got to where I am, I believe that we're always on this journey, even when we don't know it. And so something I say, and I say the same thing, human design also reminded me of this, is like the process is happening whether you're aware of it or not. So you are on your journey of evolution. You are on your journey of awakening, whether you're aware of it or not. Now, whether or not you have a window seat, meaning you seeing all that's happening, you got a clearer view, or you're an owl, you're still on the journey. You're still on the bus with all of us. We're all on the journey. We're all heading to the same place. That's just something I deeply believe in. And that was something I wrote here. We're all on a journey back to source. Awakening is the awareness of that. Whether or not you are aware of the journey is still happening. Your awakening gives you a window seat as opposed to the owl. Okay, baby? It's giving you a different view, a different perspective. Now you know what's going on, and you can be more of an active participant. You can be more intentional about what you're creating, how you're going about your path, you know? So many things are true, but not absolute. And when I say that, I just mean that it's not complete. It's not an entire picture. I already talked about the Jesus thing, because I also put here a lot of religious texts and all of this stuff. If it is true, right, it's just someone's perspective from their journey, right? And there's truth in it for sure, right? Like I can say that, right? But it's just someone's perspective of the journey. Even when I think about the Bible, I'm like, I don't understand how people have an issue with channeling, which the Bible, I feel like that's all that is. It's like people, there's channeling, there's people telling stories about from their perspective about the lessons being learned, about what they see. Like, it's all from another human perspective. That is it. We are doing nothing different here. It's the same thing here on earth. Like, we're all doing the same thing. And like, people want to make it so like, oh, but it can only happen for them. No, it is you too. You too have a calling on your life. You too will do miraculous things. You too have those abilities. It's all about trusting the divine, reaching your level of Christ consciousness. That's what it is. It's a state of being. And I too am still exploring that and getting to know that. But these are the things that came to me once I read that passage, and I was reminded of and also guided to share this morning. All right. So something else I wrote, this is about to end. So I'm going to actually end this here and continue it on the next. It's going to be a shorter message, but I definitely want to say this, okay? And I'll just put a tidbit here. I'll just say it and then I'll do a message. What may be true for someone may not be true for you. That's why I often say that you have to be your own moral barometer. You have to decide for yourself what truth is. A rule that one person have in their life doesn't mean it have to be that rule in your life. Actually, I'm gonna leave that there, let you sit on that. If y'all got questions, leave them in the comments. Let me know your feedback and your thoughts. I love y'all. Have your best day on purpose.